There's an important difference between owning multiple Samsung devices and actually being part of Samsung's ecosystem. Samsung makes a huge range of products, and on the surface, it can look similar to Apple's approach. But the way Samsung builds its ecosystem is fundamentally different. It's less about locking you into a closed system and more about gradually reducing friction between devices you already use. So the real question isn't whether Samsung has an ecosystem.
What do you mean by that?
It's whether that ecosystem meaningfully improves how your devices work together, or whether it's just a collection of features you rarely notice. At the center of the everything is a Galaxy phone. Samsung's ecosystem is phone-centric. Almost every meaningful integration, from health tracking to automation to cross-device continuity, starts with Samsung phone acting as the primary hub. Without a Galaxy phone, many of the ecosystem features either don't work at all or work in a much more limited way. That's an important distinction because Samsung's ecosystem isn't evenly distributed across devices. The phone is the key that unlocks everything else. Once it's clear, the strengths and weaknesses of the ecosystem become much easier to understand. Let's start with the Galaxy Ring. The Galaxy Ring is designed to be unobtrusive, has no screen, no notification, and no constant interaction. The idea is simple. Collect health data and the background without changing how you live your day. Sleep tracking, recovery metric, heart rate trends, and basic activity data all feed directly into Samsung's app. Because it's part of Samsung's own platform, the integration is seamless. There's no syncing delay, no duplicate health records, and no confusion about which app is the source of truth. Within the ecosystem, that simplicity is Galaxy Ring's biggest strength. However, the Galaxy Ring is not a core dependency. If you were to replace it with another smart ring, your Samsung phone and Samsung Health would still function normally. You wouldn't lose access to the ecosystem as a whole. That's why the Galaxy Ring is best viewed as an optional enhancement rather than a foundational piece. It improves comfort and consistency, especially for sleep tracking, but it doesn't define the ecosystem. The Galaxy Watch Ultra, on the other hand, plays a much more centric role. This is where Samsung's ecosystem becomes clearly differentiated. While the Galaxy Watch can technically pair with other Android phones, several of its most important features are tightly integrated with the Samsung software stack. ECG, irregular heart rhythm notifications, and sleep apnea detection are all examples of how health features are either restricted or significantly reduced when a watch is used outside of Samsung's ecosystem. These aren't cosmetic features. They're core health capabilities that many users buy the watch for the first place. Beyond health tracking, the deeper value comes from synchronization system behavior. Sleep mode, do not disturb, and alarm settings automatically stay in sync between the phone and the watch. This kind of synchronization doesn't draw attention to itself, but it removes a surprisingly amount of friction from daily use. Battery life on the Watch Ultra also matters in an ecosystem context. Longer battery life encourages more consistent wear, which improves health data accuracy and reliability. If there's one device that truly benefits from staying inside Samsung ecosystem, it's the Galaxy Watch. Earbuds sit somewhere in the middle. Samsung's earbuds gain noticeable advantages inside the ecosystem, particularly when it comes to seamless device switching. There are also codec and software benefits that work best with Samsung phone. That said, earbuds are not a hard locking point. Samsung phones support a wide range of high-quality audio systems. Choosing Galaxy Buds is primarily a decision about convenience and integration, not necessity. When using the Samsung Galaxy Bud, you can easily switch between your tablet and your phone. Another cool thing about the Samsung earbuds is if I'm watching a YouTube video on my tablet and suddenly a phone calls come through, the integration is amazing and it switches from my tablet right into my phone and I can answer the phone call without choosing and having a different earbuds. The Galaxy Tab is where Samsung's ecosystem becomes more compelling at a system level. Inside the ecosystem, the Galaxy Tab behaves less like a standalone device and more like an extension of a phone. Clipboard sharing allows text, links, and images to move instantly between the devices. On Android, this matters because there are relatively few tablets that offer this level of cross-device cohesion. For users who are already own a Samsung phone and are considering a tablet, the Galaxy Tab is one of the strongest reasons to stay within the ecosystem. On the Tab S11 Ultra, the connected devices page pretty much lays it all out. Storage sharing, camera sharing, call and text on the other devices, multi-control link to Windows, DeX. This tablet isn't meant to stand alone, it's meant to overlap with the phone. A good example is the internet. The tablet connects to my
phone's data automatically in the background. No setup, no babysitting. As long as my S25 Ultra is nearby, the tablet just stays online and I don't think about it. Multi-control is where things really start to blend. One keyboard, one mouse, phone and tablet side by side. The cursor moves between screen naturally and it stops feeling like two devices. Dragging photos and files from the phone straight onto the tablet or vice versa feels less like sharing and more like moving things across a desk. Quick Share covers the same idea when dragging isn't the move. Full quality photos, files, instant transfer. It replaces the old habit of emailing things to yourself or dumping them into a random folder where you lose them. The S Pen works exactly how you would want it to. The S25 Ultra's S Pen works seamlessly on the Tab S11 Ultra. Drawing, notes, navigation, everything. No pairing moments, no lag. For longer sessions, I still prefer the tablet's pen because it's more comfortable. I just wish Samsung could give the tablet a smaller pen that docks inside the body, because losing a loose pen is a special kind of pain. Drawing on the S11 Ultra is where the size really matters.
That's what she said.
You're not constantly zooming or adjusting the canvas, you just work. Photos follows the same pattern. I take a photo on the S25 Ultra, open a tablet, and it's already there, synced, full quality, where I expect it to be. Health data benefits from the bigger screen too. With the Ring and the watch feeding into Samsung Health, checking sleep and activity on the tablet actually makes sense. You see the trends instead of tiny charts. Calls don't interrupt anything either. Incoming calls can be answered directly on the tablet, which makes the video calls way more comfortable than holding a phone in front of your face. The ecosystem extends beyond mobile with phone link, messages, and files from the phone and tablet shows on my PC. Photos and files move over without cables or workaround. SmartThings ties the physical space into all of this. I can control my Samsung fridge and other small devices, check status, see alerts, all from the same place. And when I want to scale things up, Dex turns this S11 Ultra into a desktop on my LG OLED. Keyboard and mouse connected, windows open, multitasking like a computer. I can even use the tablet itself as a trackpad while Dex is running. The Tab S11 Ultra's 11,600 mAh battery kind of sums it all up. It lasts forever. Honestly, it feels like it should be able to charge everything sitting on it. Phone, watch, ring, one giant power slab. That's the Samsung ecosystem when it's done right. Not flashy, not locked down, just fewer steps between what you want to do and actually doing it.
The real foundation of Samsung's ecosystem is the software. Modes and routines allow devices to adapt automatically based on time, location, and activity. Samsung's Health centralizes data from phone, watch, and Ring into a single platform. SmartThings adds another layer of integration, particularly for device tracking. It's important to acknowledge that Samsung's ecosystem isn't perfect. Bixby remains less capable than competing voice assistants. However, Samsung ecosystem succeeds because it focuses on reducing friction rather than showcasing features. It doesn't try to impress you all at once. Instead, it quietly simplifies everyday interactions. Nothing breaks when you step outside of it. Alright guys, that's it for today. Please don't forget to leave some of your comments. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about the ecosystem of Samsung, and if you want to compare it to Apple, I can make another video about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you again for watching. See you guys next time.